We've got stories to tell, but we don't know which ones. So let's get into it. Folks, welcome to the Baseball Brewhaha. It is story day, and we don't know what stories we're going to tell. Now, that probably just is the reality of just what we do here. We got baseball cards to open. And what we like to do is open a pack, look at some cool cards from generally our childhood, and then share some fun stories about what we find. Adam's got 95 score. And
Dialed up.
You've got you did some research. I'm interested to hear what we got.
I did. I was trying to find some interesting tidbits. Sometimes these sets have some interesting trivia that go along with them.
Mm-hmm.
Score not a source of a lot of fun trivia. I mean, it only ran from 1988 to 1998. We're
Yeah.
ripping 1995 score. This year, the
Mm-hmm.
design was like a major departure from their typical design. But,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that's the best you got for trivia about a particular series, then not.
I personally I really like the 95 score design. I mean,
Yeah, it's a fine design.
it's interesting because score is widely considered one of like the worst of the junk wax era in terms of kind of any kind of value whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
I really like score.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way through. I would say, yeah, maybe like 88 score. I could do without. Honestly, 89 I don't love either, even though I think it's got the Griffey in it. But 90, 91's a great set. 91 has all kinds of cool inserts. So does 92. And so 95, same thing. I really like the 95 set. I feel like it's clean.
Yeah, well, we're gonna take a look at it right here. We're looking for some Gold Rush cards.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I think this is the year of the Jeter rookie as well.
You pulled the Jeter
I
rookie.
pulled one
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna kick it off with Jeff Kent.
Mm-hmm.
Decent start.
Yeah.
We'll take that. We'll take that. And then we're gonna go Hall of Famer. We're gonna go Paul Molitor.
Okay. You know what? I'm all distraught here.
Why?
I was thinking 96 score. This is fine,
96.
but 96 score is my
Okay. Then
thing.
we go
Okay.
Dave
Dave
Justice. Look at this pack.
This is a hit.
We're hitting it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're gonna dial it back a little bit here with Eddie Zambrano.
Eddie Zambrano. Is
So
that the wait, Eddie? I was thinking Carlos. Carlos Zambrano was like the Cubs pitcher.
yeah.
Okay.
Jose Valentin, decent player. Okay, then we're gonna go rookie Mike Kelly.
Okay. A little cup of coffee.
Yeah. Then we're gonna go another cup of coffee rookie Roberto Pettigini.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, here's our Gold Rush card. Mark Dewey.
Okay.
You see a little shine there. That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're gonna go Twins legend Rick Aguilera. Mike Spanky Lavalier. Okay. Oh, no. Tony Eusebio.
Okay.
And we're going to close it out. It's a good action shot. Delino to Shields. Look at the guy trying
Mhm.
to break it up.
Yeah.
Got his hand on his leg, like, bro, I'm
You
taking you out.
you cannot do those things anymore.
You cannot.
So,
You cannot. So what's stood out to you there, bro?
um, well, I mean, couple players that were a big part of our childhood.
Hmm.
You got Mulder with the Jays,
Yep.
Dave Justice with the Braves.
Hmm.
We watched, I mean, there's a couple, we've talked about these couple World Series that just are kind of etched in the mind.
Yeah.
Um, but and I had in my adulthood, it's been a while, I've gone back and watched 91, 92, 93 World Series like in full. So I've refreshed my memory. But are there any others that stand out to you? Because I mean, you do have, like you were talking about with that Delino to Shields,
Hmm.
is like you get this little nugget of a thing that is like is not really part of the game anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that doesn't stand out to me too much other than, I, I have my own personal memories because I was a middle infielder, specifically early on second base,
Mm-hmm.
moved over to shortstop a little bit later. And, so I remember attempting to turn infrequent double plays. We were not particularly great at that as a team. Um, but
It's not a lot of, frankly, not. I mean, it doesn't happen that much.
yeah,
Even in high school, it's not like it's all the time. You know.
no. Um, but what I was thinking about was Dave Justice, but not baseball Dave Justice. I was watching this sort of like segments of an interview of Dave Justice on a podcast and him talking about how baseball was his third sport in high school.
Well, dang.
He was football and basketball. Basketball in high school averaged like 35 a game.
What? And I'm sure he's not playing at like Garfield Palouse
It sounded
B
like a
school.
small school, like a
Okay,
Catholic school or something.
sure. Okay, fair.
So, but but he said that every team knew he was like their guy. And so
Mm-hmm.
he was getting double, triple teamed all the time, still scoring 35 a game. He's
Yeah.
a crazy athlete. And
Mm-hmm.
so apparently, he was recruited to play football, college football. And he was at this school, I forget the name of the school, and he was running. He was doing some running for football. And he was like, I don't want to run. And they were running like trails or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so or maybe he was track and field, not football, it's track and field. And he was doing running, like cross country style running up in the hills. And he's like, this is the worst. And then he looked over and saw the baseball field and he's like, I can go play baseball. I don't have to run.
Mm-hmm.
Not like that anyway.
Yeah,
And
right. That's
so
mhm.
so he just went and picked up baseball and then here he is.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some like obviously I think there is definitely a misconception that like professional baseball players are just like naturally better than everybody else and then they don't like really have to try. There's a few guys that are like that, but for the most part, especially now, to be at that elite level, like you can't just like roll out of bed and be an elite major leaguer.
Yeah.
And I listened to a brief thing. Mookie Betts has a pod. He was talking with some other athletes about like, could baseball players play this sport, or go back, could these players cross over? And um it's sort of unanimous basically that like baseball is the hardest sport. Now, it might not be as physically taxing as say like football.
Hmm.
And it's obviously basketball requires a set of athleticism. Um, but we we've seen little things from whether it's a celebrity softball game or something like that. Like to hit a baseball,
Yeah.
like I mean, I think you watch it on TV and you just kind of like, oh man, like he's throwing it right down the middle. I could hit that. It's like, no, you can't.
No, definitely not.
So it's pretty wild because I mean, I'm not saying that every baseball player is like some elite athlete or whatnot, but it's it, I think it's easy to look at it and be like, oh, they just stand around, they don't like they run a little bit and that kind of thing. They don't have to be out that athletic. I think like I will say this. I coach younger children, and I'm gonna tell you that the uh it takes a certain amount of athleticism
Hmm.
to be an effective baseball player.
Yeah.
You cannot just sort of like exist and stand there and be good. You can't. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. The hand-eye coordination and body control is it's difficult to master
Yeah.
for baseball.
Yeah. It is extremely hard. There are a lot of and like it's multiple pieces. Throwing is its own challenge. Hitting is a very difficult thing, and fielding on top. So, and then like base running, yeah, you're just running between bases, but you got to know stuff and you have to know how to react. It's quite complicated. So, anyway, thanks for hanging with us. Um, and we love talking baseball. Look forward to chatting with you next time. See you, everybody.